That was a solid string. Now let's make ours as strong as that one. I have a simple yet powerful topic of reversing a string. Let's say we have A, B, C, D, and E. I'll treat the middle element, which is C, as a ball. I have highlighted C. Now I have wanted to assume this as a ball and swap the elements on either sides of this wall. So that will be C as our ball, and we have to swap A with E and B with D. I have written the indexes of these over here 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the length of this is going to be 5. The mid value is going to be 5 by 2, which is because it is an integer value, is going to be 2. While writing a program, we use this formula mid equals to length by 2 to find the middle one for which we have to consider as a ball or a mirror. While writing a program, our program will read up to this wall element, which is 2. It will read up to 2 and perform the swapping of the either elements on the either sides of this imaginary wall. Now you could be wondering, if we have A, B, C, D, which is only 4 characters and there's no middle term, where will the imaginary wall be? So again, if we apply mid equals to length by 2, you will get 2. And this is not really our imaginary wall, but our program will read up to this term, which is C, and perform the swapping of A and D and B and C, which will make your new string to be D, C, B, A, which is your new reverse string. That's the algorithm, and I now want you to pause the video and try to write it yourself. So here's the implementation. We have to include our libraries. We have to include string sketch, which is the library which holds the string functions. We have to create a function which reverses these strings. It's going to take an argument of a string. We use strlen function which returns the size of the string. We also name it just the formula length by 2. Inside this loop, we have to swap the characters. So we have to write the code to swap 2 characters, for which we need a temporary variable. Inside this temporary, I'm going to store the first element, and then in the first element, I need to store the last element, which is string length minus 1, because it is an array, minus I, because we want the pointer to be moving left. I go length minus 1 minus I because I is ranging from 0 to the middle, which is 2, 0, 1, and 2. And the length is 5. So when I'm looking at the last element, it's going to have the index of 4. And 5 minus 1 gives me 4. Minus I, at first it's going to be 0. So it's going to point here. And then at the second iteration, it's going to be 1, which is going to be this. Now we complete the swap number code by replacing the last element with the first element, which is stored in a temp. And this function does not have to necessarily return anything. Let's create a main function where I declare a string. Now let's take an input. Now let's call the function to reverse this string. And then print it out. If you run this code and enter A, B, C, D, E, it returns E, D, C, B, A. And if I go A, B, C, D, it's D, C, B, A. And race car gives me race car. And all good.